Rev up your engine! If you want to learn how to work on your car and do it right, there's a few things that are really a necessity to have. They don't cost that much money, what you need, and how to use them so you can fix your own car, not spending a fortune, and not wasting your money on either super expensive repairs or super expensive tools that you're hardly ever going to use. Now this is my box of tools I carry around with me when I'm working on cars. It's got stuff you commonly need. Now the first thing I'm going to talk about is spark plugs. You're going to change the spark plugs. What do you need? You need a ratchet. There's a good ratchet. This particular one is a Tecton I bought from Amazon. A little extension. And of course, you need a socket for the spark plug. And it's not like it was when I was a young mechanic, where almost all the cars had the same size spark plug. You can forget that. So you need a socket. Here's what you do. You gotta buy spark plugs, right? Go to the auto parts store, buy the spark plugs. Then, take them to their tooled place, find the one that fits. In this case, it's a magnetic spark plug, because if you buy the cheap one that isn't magnetic, when you turn it up to put it in, they fall in a hole. And the worst thing that can happen is, this is a certain gap. If it falls and hits, it can make the gap too short, your car will run bad. So just get one of these magnetic ones at an auto parts store that fits the one you need, and you can easily do it. So you definitely need the ratchet with an extension and a spark plug socket. Of course you need a Phillips head screwdriver and a regular flat one. Throw that in. And a good pair of clippers to cut stuff. These are vice grips, bought them on Amazon. They're fantastic. Throw that in. Now, for working in small areas, I like this Philo kit. You open it up, and what's inside? It's got a cool small 1/4-inch drive ratchet, but not just any ratchet. It's flush. Nothing sticks out. You can't fit your Phillips head screwdriver. Look at this. Goes right in the hole. Now you got a miniature screwdriver. It has various size sockets, flat screwdriver heads, different size Phillips. It's a great invention, really. There's nothing worse than having a small work area you can't get in it. You get a little kit like this, you can get into all the parts. You can easily ratchet them on and off. And of course, most cars are metric these days. You need a set of metric sockets. These are the 3/8 of an inch sockets. That means it's 3/8 of an inch, the little drive that goes in. And of course, they fit on the 3/8 ratchet that you've already bought. Particular ones are a bunch of AutoZone Duralast mixed with other stuff. Over the years, I've had them, I've lost them, I broke them. I found the AutoZone Duralast ones work perfectly fine. They give a lifetime warranty too. And there's 1-2 blocks down the street, so if I need a tool, I can just bop over there and get it. Holder's a plastic one that I got myself. I like them because they snap in and off good, and they don't rust. If you get a metal one, it'll rust and you'll get mad. Get a plastic holder. And the next thing is a good set of pliers. You can see they open wide, so you can get big things. They close in. They're very handy. This particular one, I bought at AutoZone. It's a Duralast. Had it for years, no problems. It's a great tool for grabbing and pulling stuff. And then, of course, there's the giant screwdriver. Sometimes you have a giant screw you take it off with, but mainly, it's a great pry bar. It's handy. When you can't get stuff off, get your little bitty sledgehammer like I have, hit it off. Very handy tool. This particular one is real steel. I got it from Amazon. It's a really solid, well-built tool. Get these together. And if you're going to try to get relatively serious, get these 1/2-inch socket sets with the big sockets and a giant extension bar for 1/2-inch. You can then use a lot of force. You can take just about anything apart. And again, some of these are Duralast. Some of them are from Harbor Freight Tools. You get steel sockets, you can buy them just about anywhere. They're going to hold up. They're thick, they're steel. And the dark ones are called impact sockets. They cost a little bit more, and they're a lot stronger because they're made for impact wrenches. If you get an impact wrench, definitely buy those. And let's say you got wimpy arms like me, and this isn't good enough. Well, what the heck? You get a piece of steel pipe, stick it in, then you got a giant fulcrum. You can take anything apart. Now, the next tool you might want to buy is a tool that will keep you from swearing. It's a magnet on a stick. You're working on a car, a tool, or a piece falls, hey, get the magnet on a stick and pick it up. It's kept me from swearing my head off for decades. Now, of course, you can go absolutely ape like me and buy a garage full of tools, but, you know, see what you need and gradually build it up. In a case of sockets, if you have a lot of metric head with metric sockets inside, where you got to have these special hex tools, get a set of metric ones. This Leviton one's great. Didn't cost all that much. I've never broken any of them. And the cool thing is, everything goes in its hole with a label, so you know what's where. And when you're done, look at this. This is what I always needed my whole life. It locks in place. Now you're not going to lose any of these. You got them lying around, here, there they are. And the best thing is, let's say you're done working. You're going to put them away, and you see, oh, one's missing. Go find it on the car before you drive it and lose it. And if you got any car newer than 1995, you need a scan tool to plug into the dash. Now, you can go to Amazon, you can get a $20 one if all you want to do is read and erase codes. They'll all work okay. Now, this particular one here is a Foxwell NT301. This is a $60 scan tool, and it works quite well. Does all kinds of different things. For 60 bucks, does a pretty good job. But if you're more serious, this Lemur Bluetooth is a fantastic tool. Now, you gotta have a smartphone in order to operate this thing. It works on Androids, it works on Apples, whatever. But for $99, the information that you get will blow you away. You already got a phone. It's got all kinds of computer stuff on there. It works fine. If it doesn't, get another one. Heck, you can get a used one cheap enough. I know mechanics that just go out and buy a $50 used phone just to use for one of these things, and they keep it by itself. But regardless, this accesses it. You're paying them for their software. These Canadian dudes that design them, they know what they're doing. They keep up with it. You got a problem, email them, tell them Scotty sent you there. They're friendly people. They'll help you out. Try getting that with some other tool. And these Blue Driver Canadian dudes, they're always updating stuff. Every time I use it, I often get many updates. One time I didn't use it for months because, of course, I'm testing out other people's stuff too. And it had hundreds of updates. These guys are serious about their stuff. And for 99 bucks, let me tell you, it works on all the different cars, of course. It is a fantastic tool. You could even, if you're cheap, get 4 of your friends. You know, you can each pony up 25 bucks and you can share it because it works on any phone. It doesn't matter. You know, it will work perfectly fine. And you can get all this information. You can reset stuff, live data. You can even get some Mode 6 data. Really complex stuff. I like this thing for guys that are relatively serious about fixing cars. But as I said, you can buy the cheapest one in the world if you just want to read codes and reset them after you fix something. And today, even the really cheap ones will give you a reasonable amount of data. If you're trying to figure out if the mass airflow sensor's working right, you can get to that data. Even on the cheaper ones these days, everything just keeps going at light speed. But that Blue Driver, they keep it up. I've had mine for years, and they just keep updating and updating. For 99 bucks. Hey, and you know what they charge for the updates? Nothing. At least so far they haven't. I've had it for years. They just give you the updates. That's part of the 99 bucks. You buy anything. So now you know, if you're starting out to fix cars, or maybe you've been doing it a little while but you want to go further, there are many things that you can either repair or maintain yourself relatively cheaply with just the right equipment and the right tools, without wasting money on stuff that you might only use once or maybe never even use again. I got tools in there I'd never used. I didn't buy them. People gave them to me because they wanted me to use them in my videos. But you're shelling out money for this stuff. You don't need to buy billion-dollar tools. As long as you get decent ones, you know which ones to go. You can build it up as time goes, like I showed with the hex wrench. Maybe you need hex wrenches. Buy a whole set like that in a blow-molded case. You won't lose them. It'll last you a lifetime. Because the name of the game, if you can fix it yourself and maintain it so it doesn't break, you're going to save a ton of money in the long run. And you're going to have the satisfaction that you did it yourself. People always ask me, Scotty, why are you still fixing cars? Well, there's a certain satisfaction in doing something and finishing it and it's done. You accomplished something. Think of people sitting at office desks all day long and they feel like, I've never accomplished anything. All they do is push paper around. Well, this is the real world. You're doing real stuff. It's actually very good hands-on therapy for a lot of people, myself included. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.